Only need three things to survive: sunscreen, a bathing suit, and the ability to say no.
I just want to go home.
Temptation Island 3 at 9/8 Central, Fox Thursday. Parental discretion advised.
Top of the fifth inning from Fenway as Burkett's pitch is behind Randy Wynn.
That's certainly retaliation for the pitch that was up and in on Manny Ramirez, and now home plate umpire Wolf is warning both sides. First pitch out of the dugout behind the back of Randy Wynn. So the knockdown pitch to Ramirez brings this reaction from the Red Sox. Now both teams have been warned. So any pitch that is deemed to be intentionally thrown at a hitter, pitcher and manager can immediately be ejected from the ball game.
Mariners manager has already been ejected.
Well, their acting manager now. Renee Latchman's next to go.
Melvin ejected back in the fourth inning, arguing balls and strikes. Mariners have been complaining all day long. Popped up to the right side, and the catch is made by the first baseman Millar. Randy Wynn now 0 for 3. Our WebMD health report for the Red Sox and the Mariners: Ramiro Mendoza, Jeremy Giambi on the disabled list, Greg Colburn on the DL for the Mariners with right wrist tendonitis. Both Mendoza and Brandon Lyon are pitching in the minors on rehab assignments.
And Giambi has had surgery on his shoulder this past week.
Brett Boone, who, like Jeremy Giambi, has a brother who plays for the New York Yankees. Yankees with a 6-game lead over the Red Sox in the American League East. Boone down the right field line, and a nice backhanded catch by Nixon.
Tried to highlight earlier some of the problems you can have in right field here at Fenway Park, which is very difficult to play. The other problem, those stands get on you in a hurry. You can see just about no foul territory down in this corner. Nixon fighting the sun to the backhand to make the play, and then braces himself before he gets into that wall.
So 2 away here in the Mariners' fifth. Edgar Martinez 0 for 2. Here's the catch made by Nixon last night to Rob Ben Davis.
Yep, up over the Red Sox dugout, bullpen, I should say. Critical stage of that ball game. Seattle was on the way back, and that caused a little controversy too. There was another look at that showed a cup that went flying out of the Red Sox bullpen. Apparently the Mariners thought that was the baseball coming out of the glove of Trot Nixon. Look at that hat.
We saw Garcia's earlier. How many caps did you go through during the course of a season?
A lot more than Trot Nixon, I can tell you that. When they pack the bags to go on a road trip, that thing has its own suitcase. Don't even allow that into the with the other hats.
Might rub off on some of the others. Edgar Martinez 0 for 2, called out on strikes his last time up. Edgar came into the game 8 for his last 17. He had 3 hits last night, but is 0 for 2 today. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Fifth strikeout for Burkett. A 1-2-3 fifth.
You're looking at people getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their own health, their children's, their parents. You're also looking at something that never existed before. A way to make truly informed decisions about everything from when to visit a doctor to what questions to ask when you get there. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They come to learn about a condition or a diagnosis, to check prescriptions for interactions, to chat with experts, or each other. We help them navigate our thousands of medically reviewed pages to find exactly what they need. Information that used to be scattered in 100 different locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
Hey! So what are you two doing today?
We're just gonna go shopping.
Shopping? That's a new one. Well, enjoy your shopping adventure. I'm sure you'll be gone all day.
Probably. We're going to Circuit City.
Huh? I'm gonna need comfortable shoes.
See you there. At Circuit City, you'll find the perfect wireless plan from T-Mobile or Verizon. Right now, save up to $250 on your new phone after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
It's the summer's newest competition where ordinary people with extraordinary voices become music's biggest stars. Like Britney Spears, Bon Jovi, Madonna, Christina Aguilera, and more. And the best impersonation wins a huge cash prize. Performing As premieres at 8/7 Central Tuesday on Fox.
Fox Saturday Baseball is brought to you by Circuit City. We're with you. By GTX High Mileage. It helps older cars feel young again. And by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Another look from the blimp here in Boston. Mariners leading the Red Sox in a seesaw battle, 5-4. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners. Red Sox 4 runs on 6 hits. Kevin Millar leading off against Freddy Garcia.
I'd have to say, Kenny, that Trot Nixon probably has the ugliest hat of the two. Got some stains here, but this thing is a total mess. Of course, Nixon plays every day.
Right, Garcia's out there only once every 5.
Every 5, and gets that work in between starts. There's Nixon with it in his back pocket. That's old-time baseball. Remember how players used to fold up that hat and put it in their back pocket?
Doesn't want to lose it. Doesn't want anything to happen to it. Guillen throws out Millar as we check in with Jeannie Zalasko.
Well, St. Louis needed arms, and they wasted no time getting the new guy, Sterling Hitchcock, into the action. Placed Matt Morris in the 6th, struck out Jim Thome. Not an easy feat. Thome, 12 home runs in the last 11 games versus the Cardinals. Now, Telemarco found another way, yikes, to keep a batter in check. Albert Pujols, fresh up a 30-game hitting streak, takes him to the noggin. He's okay. So the Phillies up 1-0.
All right, Jeannie, so Sterling Hitchcock, who has not seen much action as a Yankee this season, now on the mound for the Cardinals in relief of Matt Morris, who injured himself trying to jump for an elevator in a hotel in Philadelphia. Missed a step. Nixon falling behind, 0-2. One out, bottom of the 5th inning in Boston. Nixon, deep center field. Cameron, warning track. He's got it. Now 2 away. Time now for our Pepsi Fan Cam.
In this house of love, there is a candle lit by your fire. In this house of love, there's 1,000 songs sung by your choir. Footsteps of angels.
Well, Fenway has not been the house of love for the starting pitchers this afternoon.
I don't think that's a rally cap yet. Still too early in the ball game, but just trying to block the sun.
Bill Miller 2 for 2. Solo homer in the 2nd inning. Single to right in the 3rd.
Well, there should be a much more of a comfort level for hitters now against all pitchers in this game, with the warning being given to both dugouts because of the knockdown pitch by Garcia, the pitch behind Randy Wynn from John Burkett. Umpires have been very quick over the last couple of years to immediately give out those warnings and try to end any of the beanball wars that may go on. Some of the ill will continued between innings between the Mariners and the home plate umpire. Renee Latchman was out speaking with Wolf between innings.
On the ground to the shortstop, McLemore. A 1-2-3 for Burkett, and now a 1-2-3 fifth for Garcia.
You know what you never see in car commercials? Real cars. Cars that have been around the block a few times. The kinds of cars that need Castrol GTX high mileage. Specially engineered to protect against oil burnoff better than other leading motor oils. Castrol GTX high mileage. It helps older cars feel young again.
I'm sorry, I was driving too fast.
No, really, totally my fault.
The good thing is we're okay.
There's so many more important things in life.
If I'm not mistaken, you must be gelling like a felon.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are made from the softest gel ever created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back. Guaranteed.
Come on, move it!
Listen to that yelling. He's so not gelling.
Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Back in the day, the only people who were summoned in such an urgent manner were your super-powered heroes. And even then, the special call went out only if the planet Earth was on the brink of disaster. So what's today's crisis? We're out of eggs, dear. There is an arch villain named technology on the loose, and it's trying to steal our high life.
Now there's a new non-drowsy medicine that lets you breathe again. Alivert Allergy and Sinus relieves sinus pressure, runny nose, and nasal congestion. Breathe again with new Alivert Allergy and Sinus. The right relief, wherever you are.
One man controls an empire.
My business is 100% legal.
One man is sworn to destroy it.
Every politician needs a target.
Let's take him down.
And their battle is about to get personal.
Now, can you imagine what will happen if the press gets a hold of this? The DA's son and the pornographer's daughter? If he laid a hand on her, so help me! Tell me not to see him!
From executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Skin, a new series coming soon to Fox.
Jerry, can you believe it? Both pitchers, a 1-2-3 fifth inning.
It's amazing. You know, you watch the beginning of this game and you figured neither one of these guys would be around at this stage of the ball game, but both still in the game. Garcia has the one-run lead. There is action, though, now in the bullpen for the Mariners. The high pitch count. They run Freddy from this ball game.
John Olerud leading off for Seattle here in the sixth. Olerud 2 for 2, scored 2 runs. Rafael Soriano in the Mariners pen. Two and one now on Olerud. Olerud, Guillen, and Mabry for the Mariners here in the sixth against Burkett. Mariners 3 runs in the second inning, and they added 2 in the fourth on a pair of sacrifice flies to take a 5-4 lead. Olerud up the middle, his 3rd hit of the day. Leadoff single here in the sixth for John Olerud. Well, next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, it's a showdown between 2 bitter rivals competing for the American League Eastern Division title. It'll be the Red Sox and the Yankees. Some of you will see the National League East leading Braves as they take on the Pirates, plus the Orioles and the Mariners. It all begins next week with This Week in Baseball at 12:30 Eastern and Pacific, right here on Fox. Yankees by 6 games over the Red Sox. Yankees will host the Orioles today. On the ground to the second baseman Walker. To Nomar for 1, over to first, double play. Red Sox turn the 4-6-3. Well, it will be Ron Guidry Day at Yankee Stadium.
Yes, the Red Sox-Yankees renew their rivalry next weekend, but today, Ron Guidry Day at Yankee Stadium with the Orioles in town. And I'll tell you, that brings back a lot of bad memories for me.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Ron Guidry, the starting pitcher in the '78 playoff game here at Fenway Park. Louisiana Lightning, about 5'9", 5'10", weighed about 155, 160, and threw heat.
Native of Lafayette, Louisiana, same hometown as Mariners starter Gil Mesh, who will pitch here on Monday. Ron Guidry was Gil Mesh's idol growing up down in Louisiana. 2 of 5 major leaguers who have hailed from Lafayette. Taken to the bag by Millar. So the Mariners are retired in the 6th.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
Hey, are you ready for an unbelievable experience? Yeah, you're going where there is no up or down. Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort, whether you shave down or up. An anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a strip with more lubrication, so even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. Can your razor do this? Mach 3 Turbo from Gillette, the best a man can get. Now win a VIP trip to a World Series game. See special Mach 3 Turbo packs.
Like that lunch? Hey, hon, how are you? We're good. You know us, up at the crack of dawn, right on schedule, no fooling around. In fact, I gotta go. Real busy here, and Dip says hi.
You kind of have to know.
I feel like I kind of do.
Picture mail that talks from Sprint. Now at Sprint stores, get great deals on a wide selection of PCS Vision picture phones starting at $99.99. Share it when it happens.
Come on in, Derek. I thought we discussed this thing and had it all worked out. You're our starting shortstop. How can you possibly afford to spend 2 nights dancing, 2 nights eating out, and 3 nights just carousing with your friends? Oh.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
We continue to sail along here in Boston. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, we haven't exactly sailed along until the last couple of half innings. Our game summary brought to you by GMC Truck Professional Grade. Garcia's afternoon is over. Burkett has gone 6. Bottom of the Mariners order has done much of the damage. Same on the Red Sox side. Nixon and Miller back-to-back home runs. And the difference, the runners in scoring position. Mariners 4 for 5. Red Sox 0 for 6. And the Mariners have a 5-4 lead as Jason Varitek leads off against Soriano, who has been outstanding. Of the last 49 outs he has recorded, 28 have come via the strikeout.
50 strikeouts in 38 innings for Soriano. Opponents only hitting 145, and as many around baseball that think that Soriano very shortly is going to become a big-time closer for the Seattle Mariners. Great arm. He struck out Garcia Parra last week in Seattle on 3 straight fastballs.
Former outfielder began his professional career in the outfield as he strikes out Varitek. And he has been compared to the Dodgers' Guillermo Mota, who was a position player at the start of his professional career.
95-mile-an-hour fastball. Nothing tricky there. Power against power. Soriano wins that battle. So now you get into the bullpen of the Mariners, which is absolutely excellent.
Kaz Sasaki is back. Shigetoshi Hasegawa is 13 for 13 in save situations. We have Arthur Rhodes from the left side. Armando Benitez acquired for Jeff Nelson from the New York Yankees. In what used to be one of the negatives surrounding the Mariners, as you talked about, is now a positive. Scott Sauerbeck up in the Red Sox pen. Johnny Damon 1 for 3. Scored a run back in the first inning. Popped up to the left side, foul territory, Guillen 2 away. And all of a sudden, Mariners pitchers Garcia and Soriano have retired 6 in a row.
And again, just nothing but fastballs so far from Soriano. That time he jams Johnny Damon, gets that little pop-up to Guillen at third base. One of the reasons that I like the Seattle club very much, especially in postseason, the combination of the starting pitching. Garcia had to struggle through the 5, but did leave with the lead, and of course the strength of their bullpen.
Todd Walker into right field, his second hit of the day. Well, Jamie Moyer has won 15 games. Gil Mesh and Joe Pinheiro 13 wins apiece, although they've both struggled as of late. Garcia's been up and down. Ryan Franklin has 9 wins. They've only used 5 starters. Last team to go an entire season having used only 5 starting pitchers, the 1966 Dodgers. Nomar, the only Red Sox who has not reached base today. 0 for 3. Our Sprint virtual manager question way back in the second inning. Who was the best clutch hitter? Very tight. Ichiro 51%, Nomar 49%. Thanks to the viewers for voting using their PCS Vision phones from Sprint or over the internet at foxsports.com.
His fastball again. I mentioned that he struck him out to Garcia Parra on 3 pitches in that series last weekend in Seattle. Blows the fastball by him there.
Popped up behind second base. It's McLemore. Nomar 0 for 4. Walker stranded on first. 5-4 Seattle after 6. We'll return after a word from your local Fox station.
Falk and the Rams, Shockey and the Giants. Fox NFL Sunday returns September 7th, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Doors Equipment. For 44 years, the name you've trusted for power equipment. Check out our full line of Kubota tractors. Kubota ranks #1 for performance, warranty, and value that lasts for generations. These are the reasons customers keep coming back to Doors Equipment and Kubota Tractors. Outer Hammond Street, Bangor. Come find out why a Doors customer is a satisfied customer.
Tech is a family-owned and operated business. Our goals are to treat people with friendly, courteous, and professional service. With over 75 years combined experience in parts and service, expert installation, and over-the-phone technical advice, RecTech will satisfy your RV needs. Give us a call at 989-3324 or visit us on Route 1A, 128 Main Road in Holden, and pick up a copy of our free parts and accessories catalog while supplies last. You can even find us on the web at www.rectech.com.
Nice Harley.
Can you see yourself on a Harley?
Yeah.
Central Maine Harley-Davidson, Stillwater Avenue, Bangor, Route 2, Herman.
Let me bounce this number off you.
At Quirk Chevrolet, save up to $10,000 on the longest-lasting, most dependable truck on the road, Chevy Silverado. All this and savings up to $10 grand only from the guy who wants you to wear the gold bow tie. Quirk Chevrolet gets you from 0 to 60 in record time with financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on Maine's #1 selling truck. Up to $10,000 in savings, down to 0% financing. Think you can get a better deal than Quirk Chevrolet? Then you don't know Jack.
You're watching the all-new Fox 22 Bangor.
A look at the seats above the Green Monster here at Fenway Park. Ben Davis, first pitch from Scott Sauerbeck. Rounds out to Nomar Garcia-Parra. Sauerbeck came over from Pittsburgh in late July, making his 13th appearance with the Red Sox.
Red Sox were looking for another left-handed to get specifically left-handed hitters out. At times he has struggled with his control. 6 walks and 6 2/3. Has 8 strikeouts. Opponents have hit .259 off Sauerbeck. But he's accustomed to pitching a lot. He did when he was with the Pirates, almost day in and day out. Long stretches between appearances for the Red Sox, and that maybe has had some effect on him.
Big day for Mark McLemore. Driven in 3 runs. A 2-run double and a sacrifice fly and a base hit into left field. So McLemore has broken out in a big way after an 0 for 16. He had 2 hits last night, 2 more today with 3 runs batted in.
Probably saying, that'll teach you to put me number 9 in the lineup. Big day today with the 2 hits, sacrifice fly. He's already got 3 runs batted in. It's amazing how sometimes just changing position in the batting order can get a hitter started. Today, McLemore back in the right direction.
Here's Mike Cameron. Cameron, quiet afternoon at the plate, 1 for 3. Top 4 in the Mariners order. Cameron, Wynn, Boone, and Martinez, a combined 1 for 12. But the Mariners still lead the game 5-4. Cameron nearly 70 points higher away from Safeco Field.
Safeco Field, Kenny, not a real good hitter's ballpark. Very big.
The opposite number is true for most of the Red Sox as Cameron signals to right. McLemore in at third. So back-to-back base hits after Sauerbeck retired Davis. Mariners have runners on the corners with only 1 out.
Now they bring Sauerbeck in. He first faces a couple of switch hitters, so Davis and McLemore move around to the right side, then to the top of the order to Cameron, and Cameron takes this fastball and shoots it to the opposite field. Cameron, who had been out for an extended period of time with a bad groin, back in the lineup over the last couple of days, and looks like he's getting his swing together. That's a pretty tough pitch to hit the other way. That ball was down and in. Hands inside the baseball and put it on the line to right field.
Cameron missed the entire series against the Red Sox last weekend in Seattle. Here's Randy Wynn, who's 0 for 3. Remember, Burkett threw behind Wynn his last time up. Now Wynn batting from the right side against the left-hander Sauerbeck.
Squeeze always a possibility this late in the game, in a close game.
Chopped off the plate. Sauerbeck with the throw home. Veritek. McLemore caught in a rundown as he's tagged out by the Red Sox catcher.
McLemore may have been better off continuing on to home plate. The throw appeared to be high from Sauerbeck. He does make a very nice play on it here, but the throw's going to be high. Veritek had to go up to get it. McLemore stops. He's hoping to get caught in a rundown so both runners can advance, but the Red Sox close the gap in a hurry and don't allow him to do that. Here's Sauerbeck. He quickly gets the ball home. McLemore puts the brakes on, and then the quick tag by Veritek, and that will not allow other base runners to advance. It seems like if McLemore would have continued running hard down that line and slide, maybe he could have gone in safely.
That will be all for Sauerbeck, who exits with first and second and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Lemonade, Mr. Long?
Sure.
That'll be $15.
For lemonade?
Well, you got your $2 basic charge. Pourings extra, seed removal, and you do want it cool, right, Mr. Long?
Sound like your cable company? With Dish Network TV from Radio Shack, you get a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, digital quality RCA equipment, and 2 rooms with a digital video recorder or 3 rooms free. Dish Network TV.
I bet this isn't the end of your price increases.
Radio Shack.
What do you call a chicken Caesar salad? When you lose the bowl, get it ready for the road, and put it on 2 of the biggest croutons you've ever seen? Burger King calls it the new Chicken Caesar Club. A salad in a sandwich. Come on over. The fire's ready.
There are ordinary disposable razors, but now there's new Sensor 3 from Gillette. Totally new handle. 3 blades on springs that adjust to your face. No disposable shaves better. It could be the best disposable you ever threw away. New Gillette Sensor 3.
Dear Commissioner, Major League Baseball is great, but what if we let one lucky fan play catcher for the day?
Guest catcher for today, Jason Weinstein. Says here he's played a little T-ball. Doesn't look like he's grown much either. And that ball is driven deep. Burke Brown's third.
There's going to be a play at the plate. Ooh, just off the glove.
Oh!
Well, this will be a day he'll remember.
No, he won't.
She's dark green, cashback, low intro, and end of the month. He's yellow, travel, everyday rate, and middle of the month. She's purple, travel, low intro, and beginning of the month. Bank One's Personal Platinum, the simple way to choose your rate, your reward, your billing date, even your color. Bank One's Personal Platinum, issued by us, but created by you. Individual answers. Bank One.
It's the summer's newest competition, where ordinary people with extraordinary voices impersonate music's biggest stars. Britney Spears, Bon Jovi, Madonna, Christina Aguilera, and more. Performing as at 8/7 Central Tuesday on Fox.
Back at Fenway, top of the 7th. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Brett Boone facing the 3rd Red Sox pitcher of the afternoon, Todd Jones.
Jones struggled along in Colorado early in the season, picked up by the Red Sox, making his 18th appearance in a Red Sox uniform. Plus a one-time big-time closer for the Detroit Tigers. And you see the remainder of the numbers for Todd Jones, trying to pick up the 3rd out of the inning.
Fastball missing high. Brett Boone is 0 for 3 today. Mariners with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Two-1 from Jones, missing low and away. Now 3-1 with Edgar Martinez waiting on deck. Mariners manager Bob Melvin ejected back in the 4th inning for arguing balls and strikes. Mariners with a 5-4 lead.
Boone trying to hit a 3-run home run there, but didn't have the pitch to do it on. That ball down and away from Brett Boone. He's trying to put the lights out in this game in a hurry with 1 swing.
Runners go. Payoff pitch is fouled back.
That's interesting, Kenny. Every pitcher that comes into the game, Wolf, the home plate umpire, goes out there and reminds the pitcher that there has been a warning giving. Sometimes they want to make sure those pitchers in the bullpen are paying attention out there, and just a little reminder as the game goes on.
Jones reminded as he entered. Runners go, and it's popped up. Backpedaling the second baseman Walker, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Mariners ran 2. 7th inning stretch time here in Boston.
Lemonade, Mr. Long?
Sure.
That'll be $15.
For lemonade?
Well, you got your $2 basic charge. Pourings extra, seed removal, and you do want it cool, right, Mr. Long?
Sound like your cable company? With Dish Network TV from Radio Shack, you get a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Digital quality RCA equipment and 2 rooms with a digital video recorder or 3 rooms free. Dish Network TV.
I bet this isn't the end of your price increases.
Radio Shack.
You're looking at people getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their own health, their children's, their parents. You're also looking at something that never existed before, a way to make truly informed decisions about everything from when to visit a doctor to what questions to ask when you get there. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They come to learn about a condition or a diagnosis, to check prescriptions for interactions, to chat with experts, or each other. We help them navigate our thousands of medically reviewed pages to find exactly what they need. Information that used to be scattered in 100 different locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
You don't need to be a sanitation engineer to know garbage when you see it. Looks like you'll be folding faster than the Argentine army in '82. Oh well, buck up, soldier. The night is young. Lucky for you, there's also a lightweight to live. The high life.
Fox Saturday Baseball brought to you by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly. This is the High Life. Well, this certainly is the life for you, Jerry. You get to come to Fenway 81 times a season.
Yes, sir. This is a great place to do baseball games. No question about that.
And the aerial views of Fenway, courtesy of Saturn and the Saturn Lightship. Keep your eye on the sky when the Lightship visits a major sporting event near you. Manny Ramirez leading off for the Red Sox here in the 7th. He has walked 3 times today. Manny has walked in a game 4 times. 3 times in his career, but in his 4th plate appearance, he flies out to the center fielder Cameron. 1 away is Rafael Soriano. Has retired 4 of the 5 Red Sox he has faced. In relief of Freddy Garcia, who allowed 4 runs on 6 hits in 5 innings. Garcia walked 6, struck out 4. Mariners trying to end a 3-game losing streak. They have not lost 4 in a row all season long. Red Sox have won their last 2. After dropping 2 to Oakland, this is the 5th of a 12-game homestand for the Red Sox. 4 with the Mariners, then 2 against the Blue Jays, and they finish up with 3 against the Yankees.
And the difficult schedule continues. That will not be an objection for Soriano. No intent on that pitch. That's the ball down and in that Ortiz has to get out of the way of. Red Sox have a difficult schedule, obviously, when they get a lot of the Yankees, and of course they got Chicago they've got to deal with. Second half of September, it gets a little bit easier, a little bit more of Tampa Bay, although Baltimore has been very difficult for the Red Sox this year. They played great baseball against Boston.
Well, on the Mariners side, they were on the East Coast 2 weeks ago, and they played the Yankees and the Indians. They're back during this trip in Toronto and Boston, and they will head back to the East Coast again, Jerry, in 2 weeks to take on Tampa Bay and Baltimore. So for the Mariners, 9 plane trips during the month of August, including 4 cross-country trips. And then in September, they'll play only 3 series at home.
Now, one of the tough things about playing on the West Coast, obviously,
tough schedules for both Red Sox and Mariners down the stretch. Mariners will finish up, Jerry, with 6 of their last 9 games against Oakland.
And of course, both the Red Sox and the Mariners closely watching Mark Mulder, who apparently may be out for the season. That's the word that came out this morning. He had to come out of a start right here at Fenway Park with a problem on his side, and at that time didn't know how serious it was going to be, but apparently very serious.
Armando Benitez in the Mariners pen. Full count. Payoff pitch to Ortiz. And a drive deep right field. Mabry back on the warning track. We are tied. Home run number 18 for David Ortiz. The third Red Sox home run this afternoon. And this game is all tied up, 5 apiece.
That is only the second home run that Soriano has allowed this season. David Ortiz, the home run ball, doing the damage this afternoon for the Red Sox. Nixon, Miller, now Ortiz with the home run.
3 solo shots. Burkett off the hook. 5-5 game as we take one more look.
And typical of David Ortiz's home runs, very high. That's one you know is gone as soon as it leaves the bat. At the 5 rows back in the bleachers.
Ortiz happy to see Garcia exit. Ortiz 0 for 2 today, 1 for 12 lifetime against Garcia. Takes Soriano deep here in the 7th to tie the game. One-two to Millar, fouled back. Red Sox had not scored since the 3rd inning. They scored all of their runs in the first 3. They were shut out 4 through 6. And now Ortiz with his 18th home run. 14 in the last 41 games after a slow start, home run wise. Now 2-2 on Millar.
Early in the season, David Ortiz was not really getting consistent playing time for the Red Sox. That quickly changed, and that's when Ortiz really started to heat up.
Another full count. 3-2 on Millar. Look at Ortiz, who spent 5 seasons in Minnesota. Hit a career high 20 home runs for the Twins last year. These his numbers as the Red Sox designated hitter. Also has 4 home runs as a first baseman, 1 as a pinch hitter. 18 in all. Millar with a base hit into right center. 1-out single. 1 batter after Ortiz tied it for the Red Sox as we check in with Jeannie Zalasko in Los Angeles. Jeannie.
So much for that tight game in St. Louis. Bases loaded, and Kerry Robinson gets through for a single, but 2-run score, bottom 6 before Philadelphia gains control. It is now 5-1 Cardinals, top 8.
All right, thanks, Jeannie. Who do you like, Jerry, in the National League wild card race?
One of the great races there in the National League. If the Dodgers could hit, you'd have to take them because of that great pitching they have. The Marlins, they've made moves to help themselves. Jack McKeon taking over down there. They played great baseball.
Phillies with the slim lead of the wild card. One of their most memorable victories this season came in a game against the Red Sox down at the vet. A 13-inning Phillies victory on a Todd Pratt walk-off home run.
And the Red Sox still have 1 more interleague game to play, and it is against the Phillies. They've had to reschedule a rain out. And that game will be played on Labor Day in Philadelphia as they head out on a road trip.
So 1 more trip to the vet.
Yep.
For the Red Sox. Saw the Marlins in 2nd in the wild card race. Some controversy involving today's home plate umpire Jim Wolf a couple of weeks back. Mark Redmond, a Marlins pitcher, made some comments after a game. He felt that Wolf made 3 calls that went against the Marlins because his brother is a pitcher for the Phillies, who are in the wild card race with the Florida Marlins.
Oh, the problems you have, right? Mariners have not been too pleased today.
But Major League Baseball quickly defended Wolf, one of the top young umpires, up-and-coming umpire in the major leagues. He was Randy Wolf's catcher as a youngster. We talked to Randy earlier this season. Arthur Rhodes has joined Armando Benitez. Left-hander and a right-hander up in the Mariners pen as Soriano strikes out Nixon. Second strikeout for Soriano, now 2 away here in the Red Sox 7th.
Once again, that blazing fastball from Soriano up and away from Trot Nixon. It looks good to a hitter coming in, but almost impossible to catch up to when you have that kind of velocity on it. Might notice, too, the shadow creeping out in front of home plate, which may make it a little bit more difficult for hitters now.
Bill Miller takes a fastball high for ball 1. Miller with one of the 3 Red Sox home runs back in the 2nd inning. He went back-to-back following Trot Nixon. His 16th.
There you see the shadows coming out in front of home plate. Not all that difficult right now, but once they creep out about halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound, that's when they really become a problem. It's the type of kind of day right now where hitters would hope that it quickly become cloudy. But that's not going to happen here this afternoon.
Millar takes his lead off first. And Millar goes, and he's in with his 3rd steal of the year. So the Red Sox now have a runner in scoring position with 2 away.
That is the delay steal by Kevin Millar. It's designed to catch infielders with their head down. You generally do the 2 outs. 3 crow hop steps. When the ball gets by the hitter, that's when you take off. You're hoping for the late reaction from the middle infielders. Watch middle infielders here. They just now realize that he's going. Boone is a little late getting there. The catcher has to rush the throw. Very well done by Kevin Millar. A play you don't see all that much in baseball anymore.
Sox looking to manufacture the go-ahead run. They're 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Millar takes his lead off second. 3-1 count on Miller. As Soriano fakes towards second.
I don't think Millar is going to be trying to steal third with 2 outs. There's another guy, Veritek, who occasionally will try that delay steal.
3-1 to Miller. Fastball missing away. 2 on, 2 out. Keep cool as the season heats up. Sport your summer threads and get your MLB Authentic Collection player quality caps, jerseys, t-shirts, and more at MLB.com. The MLB.com shop for all things baseball. I wonder if you can request a Trot Nixon or a Freddy Garcia cap.
I don't think they'll sell that.
Brian Price with the signal for Armando Benitez. Yes, you, Armando. Gets it an extra warm-up throw. And will enter. We'll be back.
Make sure you pull your hat down real low, where all you can see is the catcher's mitt.
Major League Baseball Charities is a proud partner of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
All right, kids, today we're going to talk about pregame rituals. You want to take your shoes and you want to point them directly south.
Through programs like RBI and Rookie League, they bring baseball and softball to kids around the world.
What are you doing, dude? You can't move the shoes.
When you're the pitcher, you're in charge. Show no fear. Keep the hitter honest.
Together, they create a positive place for kids.
stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
She's a Grammy-winning superstar. Pop's most provocative diva. But this isn't Christina Aguilera. She's an assistant from San Marcos, California. Starting Tuesday, the music industry's top hair, makeup, set, and costume designers will transform ordinary people with extraordinary voices into superstars. And the best impersonation wins a huge cash prize. Talented Americans will become pop icons before your eyes. Ricky Martin, Celine Dion, Cher, Tina Turner, Britney Spears, Madonna, Elton John, and more. The series premiere of Performing As, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Some of today's best comedians headline at this year's Emmy Awards. Join Gary Shandling, Brad Garrett, George Lopez, Martin Short, Bernie Mac, Jon Stewart, Wanda Sykes, Dennis Miller, Daryl Hammond, Ellen DeGeneres, and Conan O'Brien. The 55th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards, Sunday, September 21st on Fox. Before Tuesday's all-new OC, get caught up with a special encore.
You can't walk away. You're his mother.
The OC, 8, 7 Central Fox, Monday.
5-5 the score, 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. New pitcher for the Mariners is Armando Benitez. Started the year with the New York Mets, traded to the New York Yankees, and then dealt again to the Mariners for Jeff Nelson at the deadline.
From a closer to a setup man, from the Mets to the Yankees and now Seattle.
Jason Varitek 0 for 5 lifetime against Benitez. Today for Varitek, 2 strikeouts and a walk. 2 on, 2 outs, and before he even throws a pitch, Ben Davis out for a visit with Benitez.
Now the man at second base, they want to make sure they're on the same page as far as the signs go with the man at second. This has got to be a Mets fan with the Mets colors.
Mets colors. Weekend trip up to Boston
to see their favorite, Armando Benitez.
Benitez ready. Pitch to Varitek, fastball, 0-1. Freddy Garcia, the Mariners starter, went 5 innings. Soriano an inning and 2/3. And now Benitez. Fastball, 0-2.
A couple of nasty fastballs too by Benitez to start off against Varitek. Fastball away. Little flick of the bat by Varitek, hoping to make contact.
Varitek gets the bat on it. Base hit into left center. Millar coming home. Red Sox have the lead, 6-5. RBI number 76 for Jason Varitek. After Benitez fired 2 fastballs by him. A base hit into the gap at left center, giving the Red Sox the advantage.
Well, he tried the exact same pitch. He quickly got ahead of Varitek with fastballs away. On an 0-2 count, he'll go away again, but not far enough away. Varitek able to reach out and punch that ball on a line into left center field. Millar with the lead at second base, off at the crack of the bat on contact. He scores easily, and the Red Sox have the 6-5 lead.
Johnny Damon takes a called strike, 0-1. Run is charged to Soriano. Miller now on third is Soriano's responsibility as well. Second and third with 2 outs. Johnny Damon 1 for 4 today, and lifetime against Benitez is 0 for 3.
Arthur Rhodes had been up in the bullpen earlier, a couple of left-handers back-to-back here in Damon and Walker, but Benitez stays in the game.
There's Soriano in the Mariners dugout. On the ground to the second baseman Boone. High throw, but it's in time to get Damon. Red Sox take the lead with 2 runs. In the bottom of the 7th, Ortiz goes deep, and then Varitek an RBI. 6-5 Boston after 7.
What do you call a chicken Caesar salad? When you lose the bowl, get it ready for the road, and put it on two of the biggest croutons you've ever seen? Burger King calls it the new Chicken Caesar Club. A salad in a sandwich. Come on over. The fire's ready.
Since Cal Ripken's family got their new HP digital photography system from Radio Shack, things just haven't been the same.
Hey, Dad, guess who just moved in next door?
Who?
Ozzy.
Ozzy? Ozzy Smith? I haven't seen him since the fishing trip after the last All-Star game. Man.
Let Radio Shack show you how simple it is to shoot and print your own digital photos. Now save $75 when you buy an HP digital camera and HP photo printer.
Hey, Dad.
This isn't my Ozzy.
Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
There's a new vanilla in town. Introducing Pepsi Vanilla. The perfect blend of cola and vanilla.
That was awesome.
That's not so vanilla.
This fall, Fox asks the important question. Who would ever have said I do to this woman?
He calls me on my birthday. I called him on the day that I said I do to remind him that now I don't.
Dave Chappelle guest stars as Wanda's ex.
I'm starting a karate school up for the kids. Vincent, everybody has guns now.
The season premiere of Wanda at Large.
You drove me from 0 to rage in under 3 minutes.
Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Red Sox led 1-0. They led 4-3. They now lead 6-5 as we move to the 8th. Middle of the order for Seattle. Edgar Martinez takes a called strike from Todd Jones, the third Red Sox pitcher. Quiet afternoon for Edgar. 0 for 3. He's been caught looking his last 2 times up after getting 3 hits in last night's game. 0-2.
Maybe just one batter here for Todd Jones. Edgar Martinez. You have left-handed action in the bullpen in Embry, and you have a left-hander Olerud on deck.
Olerud with 3 hits today. On the ground to the shortstop, Garcia. Edgar now 0 for 4. Here comes Grady Little. Todd Jones does his job. Retired both Mariners he faced. 1 out. Top of the 8th inning. We'll be right back.
Carol Owens, star of T.O. Dog's Dallas and the feel-good dance best, Pom Pom. You watched him rewrite the rule book in Sharpie and hung 10 with his thrilling island antics in Hawaii T.O. Now appearing in his most lucrative adventure yet, Contract Year. The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
TV personality Stan Hooper was tired of the big city rat race.
I want to be a simple man.
Oh, honey, you are simple.
So he's moving to a small town to get away from it all.
We're going to make Waterford Falls our new home.
Oh, that's marvelous. Fallen on hard times, have you?
But he's about to find...
Look, honey, it's your head made out of cheese.
Holy Lord.
That average America...
Oh, I forgot the best part. The house comes with a butler. We don't need a butler.
So, how do you folks like your underwear folded?
Ain't what it used to be.
I'm gonna get you tea right now.
I don't want tea.
Well, you're getting it.
Norm Macdonald stars.
Tea is served.
I don't want tea.
And you should have said something.
In a Minute with Stan Hooper, a new comedy, Wednesdays, Fox Fall.
The new season of Joe Millionaire is coming this fall. What with a new Joe, new ladies, and a brand new twist? I should really start cleaning up around here. Yeah, that's a good one.
The next Joe Millionaire, Fox Fall.
This week's clutch performance brought to you by Viagra. We take you back to the Braves and Giants Tuesday. Barry Bonds, after missing 4 games to be with his ailing father, takes Ray King deep in the bottom of the 10th. Giants win it 5-4. As you saw, 651st career homer, 8th career walk-off. Now that's clutch. And of course, we received the sad news earlier today, the passing of Barry Bonds' father, Bobby. Former teammate of yours, Jerry. Anaheim with the Angels.
Been very ill for a long, long time, and just a while ago, son taking some time off and being with his father. Alan Embry will be the new pitcher for the Red Sox. Two lefties in the bullpen for Boston. Embry, the second used today, was Sauerbeck back in the 7th. Now Embry to face Olerud. Embry more of a strikeout pitcher than Sauerbeck. 37 strikeouts in 47 and third innings. 4-1 working out of the Red Sox bullpen.
And to look at matchups, Olerud has 3 hits today, 3 for 3, but lifetime against Embry, he is 2 for 14.
You know, Kenny, it's interesting. You look back to last inning when Veritek was the plate against Benitez, and sometimes you wonder if warnings in a game make a difference. A quick 0-2 count on Veritek. Benitez did not even consider coming inside. Went away again, and Veritek picked up the base hit.
That's a great point. Pitchers have to be very careful after receiving the warning. Olerud flies out to Johnny Damon on the warning track in center. 2 away.
Olerud put a pretty good charge in that ball right back to the 379 mark here at Fenway Park. There's Mike Timlin loosening in the Red Sox bullpen.
Dave Wallace, interim pitching coach, out to the mound. Red Sox have used 25 pitchers this year. Club record 26 back in '95. And you mentioned the recall of Bronson Arroyo, who pitched a perfect game for Pawtucket a couple of weeks back. So whenever he gets into a game for the Red Sox, they will tie a club record by using a 26th pitcher.
The Red Sox had Casey Fossum make a spot start in place of Pedro here earlier this week, and Fossum, after pitching very well in that ball game, got the bad news that he was going back to the minor leagues. They really needed another long man in the bullpen. Fossum wouldn't be available for about 4 days, so they sent him back, and they called up Arroyo. And another look again at Timlin loosening in the bullpen.
Was that a bit of a stall tactic, Wallace's visit, to give Timlin some time?
Probably so. Also, maybe to go over Guillen. The Red Sox have not seen much of him. Matter of fact, the first day they have seen him this year.
Red Sox hadn't played the Mariners until last weekend in Seattle, and Guillen was on the disabled list. Mariners won 2 of 3 last weekend. Red Sox took series opener last night here, 6-4. Mariners have not fared well here at Fenway through the years. Guillen into right, coming out to make the catch is Nixon. So the Mariners retired 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. We head to the bottom half. Red Sox leading by a run.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
There are ordinary disposable razors, but now there's new Sensor 3 from Gillette. Totally new handle, 3 blades, on springs that adjust to your face. No disposable shaves better. It could be the best disposable you ever threw away. New Gillette Sensor 3.
Don't let anything stop you from satisfying your late-night hunger. Taco Bell is open late. Spice up the night. Open till midnight or later.
Let's say this is your car. Nice hardtop. If you drive safely, meaning you do stuff like obey the speed limit, always check your blind spot, and avoid accidents, hey, watch it, lead foot, then Allstate could reward you with something you'll eat right up. Some green. Up to 20% off your insurance bill. It's the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Call today and find out how you're in good hands with Allstate. Hey, this is for the safe driver. Here you go.
For 15 years, Cops has brought you the most dramatic stories on television. Now on the season premiere, it's the biggest drama yet. A man takes a woman hostage.
He's threatening to use a knife on her.
And cops risk their lives to save her. Don't miss it.
Get him up! Get him up! Get the belt! Hold it on! Get it up!
Saturday baseball brought to you by Viagra. Step up to the plate. Ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you. By GMC, we are professional grade. And by Gillette Mach 3 Turbo for the closest shave with less irritation, even against the grain. Bottom of the 8th inning, Red Sox here at Fenway score 2 in the bottom of the 7th to take a 6-5 lead. David Ortiz with the Red Sox 3rd home run of the day, and then Jason Varitek drove in the go-ahead run against Armando Benitez. Run charged to Rafael Soriano, who allowed 2 runs today in an inning and 2/3. Had only allowed 5 earned runs all season. 38 innings coming in. This one fisted into right by Walker. Mabry hesitated, but then able to make the shoestring catch. 1 away. The coordinating producer of Major League Baseball on Fox is Michael Weissman. Today's game produced by Pete Macheska, directed by John Moore. The associate director, Kathy Hunt. Broadcast associate, David Duvall. Our technical producer, Bob Muller. Pre-game shoot produced by Gary Lang, directed by Bob Levy. Associate director, Stephanie Medina. The coordinating producer of the pregame show is Scott Ackerson. Studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown. And the executive producers of Fox Sports, Ed Gorin and David Hill. Bill Brown and David Hill vacationing up here in New England. Not together, but both up in the area.
Well, the good news, we have not heard a word from them, so everything must be okay.
Or they're not watching. Also here in Boston, our producer Pete Macheska's entire family, wife Sue, along with Lindsay and Ryan, enjoying the sights and sounds here in Boston. As Garcia Parra flies out to Mabry, 2 away. Our statistician in the booth, Ben Boma, crunching the numbers for us. Down to the truck, Dave Corus. 2 away here in the Red Sox 8th.
And as we zoom in to Fenway, you can see those shadows now about halfway out between the pitcher's mound and home plate, and it's becoming more and more difficult for those hitters as time goes on.
The Saturn Light Ship bringing you the aerial coverage of Major League Baseball this afternoon here at Fenway. Manny Ramirez, 3 walks, and he flied to center. Yankees and Red Sox on Fox next Saturday. Braves and Pirates, Orioles at the Mariners. Check local listings. It all begins with This Week in Baseball at 12:30 Eastern. Looking ahead to the Mariners in the 9th, they will have the bottom of the order due up. Mabry, Davis, and McLemore. They've done most of the damage for Seattle today, driving in all 5 Mariner runs.
They do have one weapon on that bench that has not been used yet. You've got to wonder if they'll use Ichiro in a leadoff role in the 9th inning.
Ichiro not in Bob Melvin's starting lineup today, leading the American League with a .325 average. 3-1 on Ramirez. Young Kim up in the Red Sox pen.
Couple of shaky outings this past week for Kim.
Kim earned his 10th save last night. Count is now full on Ramirez.
Plus last night, Kim picking up that save, as you mentioned, Kenny, but it took a great catch by Trot Nixon to take away a home run. And it was really a struggle for him. Had tough time throwing strikes. Finally got Edgar Martinez to pop up to get the final out of the ball game.
Fisted into right center, and it will drop for a base hit. So Ramirez reaches base for the 4th time today, his first hit. And the Red Sox with a 2-out base runner here at the bottom of the 8th.
Different look from the blimp on the fly ball. Base hit by Ramirez. A lot of green out there, and finally it's John Mabry who comes in to make the play. Well, as usual, Ramirez taking out for the pinch run, and Damian Jackson will pinch run at first base. Jackson with base stealing speed.
Jackson has 14 steals this year. Also been caught 8 times. And most of those 22 attempts coming as a pinch runner. Here's David Ortiz, who tied the game in the 7th with a solo home run off Rafael Soriano. 4 batters later, Jason Varitek drove in the go-ahead run. Jackson goes on the first pitch. Throw from Davis is not in time. Steal number 15 for Jackson.
When he comes in to pinch run late in games, he most of the time is going to be off with the pitch. I mean, he's got the green light to go when he wants to go. And the big high leg kick. There it is from Benitez. No contest at all for Davis. The head first slide.
So a runner in scoring position for the Red Sox. Benitez stepped off.
Manny Ramirez making sure he calls timeout before he leaves the ball game. He did not do that earlier in the game and got tagged out at second base.
Off the glove of the catcher, Davis. Moving to third is Jackson.
Well, another run here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Boston would be huge, obviously, to give Kim a 2-run advantage to work with, and especially when you have Ichiro maybe waiting in the wings on the other side.
Pass ball allowing Jackson to move to third. 2-0 count. And now they will intentionally walk Ortiz. And Kevin Millar will step in against Benitez with first and third and 2 outs.
The first baseman, number 15, Kevin Millar.
Millar 2 singles today, 2 for 4.
One thing to keep in mind at this stage of the day, right field awfully difficult with the sun. We saw maybe earlier in this inning have a bit of a tough time, and that starts to get a little bit later in the afternoon. That sun in right field could be a major problem.
Pop foul to the left side. No play for the third baseman. Guillen, 0-1. Benitez, third Mariners pitcher. The starter Garcia allowed 4 runs, 6 hits in 5 innings. Soriano uncharacteristically allowed 2 runs in an inning and 2/3. And now Benitez trying to get the final out here in the 8th. Bounce foul back behind third, 0-2.
One thing you have to consider always when there are 2 strikes, 2 outs is the possibility of a double steal. Now, you don't need speed at first base for a double steal. You certainly need it at third. The object of the guy at first is to stop and get caught in a rundown. Not saying that's a guarantee to happen, but certainly something that is an option.
A called strike 3 on the inside corner. Benitez strikes out Millar. We head to the 9th. Mariners trailing by a run. We'll return to Fenway after a word from your local Fox station.
Giambi and the Yankees take on Nomar and the Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball next week. You are watching Fox Saturday.
New at Imperial Homes in Eddington, the Media Stars home by Marlette Schultz, designed to accommodate all your family's needs. Save big on the Learning Center package with computer, monitor, printer, a 27-inch color TV, and more for a limited time at Imperial Homes, Route 9, Eddington.
Affordable Collectibles' newest store is in the Bangor Mall, and our selection of tasteful furnishings and heartwarming gifts has grown. With many limited editions to choose from, you're sure to come across a unique item that's not too big for your budget. We know you'll love our selection, and we're sure you'll find the right item to accent your home decor. Come visit us, Affordable Collectibles, a family-owned Maine business with stores in Presque Isle, Auburn, and the Bangor Mall.
The best prices on cellular phone packages, period. Today's Technology Bangor Mall is so confident our prices are unbeatable, we'll give you $50 in accessories if you can find a better package. No one gives you the lowest price and the best service like Today's Technology. Today's Technology features Nokia cellular phones and every conceivable accessory at the lowest prices, period. Our prices make the sale, but the sale is just the beginning of our commitment to our customers. $50 in accessories free if you can find a better package than Today's Technology Bangor Mall.
Saving money's never been easier at Van Sickle Suzuki. Take up to $4,000 right off the sticker on brand new Suzuki Viteras and XL7s, or take thousands off the sticker on Suzuki Grand Viteras and Arios. Tremendous selection, incredible savings right now at Van Sickle Suzuki. Save even more with 0% financing for 5 full years. Saving money's never been easier right now at Van Sickle Suzuki.
At Imperial Homes in Eddington, the Media Stars home by Marlette Schultz, designed to accommodate all your family's needs. Save big on the Learning Center package with computer, monitor, printer, a 27-inch color TV, and more for a limited time at Imperial Homes, Route 9, Eddington.
Ninth inning here at Fenway. Red Sox leading 6-5. Hyun Kim still in the bullpen.
Well,
Alan Embry facing the pinch hitter Ichiro.
Anticipating that move, they leave Embry in the ball game to face the left-handed Ichiro.
On the ground for the shortstop Garcia Parr, and Ichiro is out at first.
And now with Ichiro out of the way, a critical out. Grady Little to the mound to get Kim to face the next two hitters, Davis and McLemore.
So Embry pitches 1 inning. Faced 3 Mariners after Jones retired both Mariners he faced out of the pen. Here comes Hyun Kim after Embry retired Ichiro with some help from Garcia Parra. Mariners down to their final 2 outs here in the ninth.
Biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
It's another chapter in baseball's greatest rivalry. The Yankees are poised for their 6th straight division crown. Can Nomar and the Red Sox finally overtake the Bronx Bombers?
Back at the wall. It is gone!
Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
Time now for our All-State Good Hams defensive play of the game. We take you back to the 4th inning. Mariners with a 5-4 lead. John Mabry with the slide. Jason Varitek blocks the plate and then tags out Mabry. And the Mariners have not scored since.
2 big plays by Varitek, obviously blocking home plate to save a run and getting the base hit to drive in the go-ahead run in this ball game.
And Varitek's new battery mate is Hyun Kim.
Kim 10 for 12 in save opportunities this year for the Red Sox. We look at Gabe Kapler, who is now out in left field. Damian Jackson at second base. Defensive moves by the Red Sox here late in the game. And Kim, as I mentioned, 10 for 12. He picked up the save last night, but it was a little bit shaky. Took some great defense to help him out to get that save.
Kim will face Ben Davis, who is 3 for 8 lifetime against Kim. Davis today 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. 6-5 Red Sox. Davis and then Mark McLemore, who has driven in 3 of the 5 Seattle runs. Red Sox looking to win their third in a row. Their second straight over the Mariners. Now 2-0 on Davis. Fans starting to get a bit restless after Kim's first 2 pitches. Now 3-0. McLemore waiting. Called strike. 3-1. Kim 10 for 12 in save opportunities, is the 5th Red Sox pitcher today. Burkett, the starter, went 6 innings. Kim battling back. It's now a full count. Brady Little has used Scott Sauerbeck, Todd Jones, Alan Embry. They have not allowed a run since replacing Burkett. Bullpen has gone 2 1/3. Sauerbeck allowed a couple of hits, then got out of it. Jones retired 2. Embry retired 3 Mariners. And now Kim getting set for the payoff pitch to Davis. On the ground to the first baseman, Millar takes it to the bag. And the Mariners now down to their final out.
We can sense the nervousness in the fans here at Fenway after a couple of rough outings for Kim this past week. There's been some that have wanted somebody else to close out games, namely Scott Williamson. If he picks up this save today for temporarily in the Red Sox Nation, they'll be happy again.
These clubs will play a night game tomorrow and then conclude the series on Monday afternoon. McLemore takes a called strike. He's 1 for 2 lifetime against Kim. 2 for 2 today with 3 runs batted in. A 2-run double and a sacrifice fly. Kim just missing away, 1-1.
Not by very much. That submarine style delivery apparently called for being too high.
The Mariners have not lost 4 consecutive games all season long. Down to their final strike. Sellout crowd, 34,488 on their feet here at Fenway. The 32nd consecutive sellout crowd. McLemore awaiting the 1-2 from Kim.
Changeup.
Bounce foul to the right side.
Kim shaking off a couple of different pitches from Veritek. Wanted to throw the changeup on the 1-2 count, and McLemore just fouls it off to stay alive.
Fans up in the seats above the Green Monster. The 1-2 from Kim. Into deep right field. Leaping, and it gets by Nixon. McLemore stops at second. A 2-out double. So the potential tying run is standing on second base in the person of Mark McLemore.
Kenny, we mentioned the fact that right field becomes very difficult this time of day, and I don't think there's any question that Trot Nixon had a difficult time seeing this ball. Ball hit very well by McLemore, but Nixon, I think, lost that ball for a while. Gets over his head, bounces off the bullpen wall. And all of a sudden, the Mariners have that potential tying run in scoring position. So we kind of highlighted that an inning ago, and we see it take place here in the 9th inning.
Third hit for McLemore today. What would have been the final out of the game instead is a 2-out double. And it gives Mike Cameron a chance to try and tie the score. Cameron with 2 hits today, 2 for 4. Mariners with runners in scoring position are 4 for 7. 6-5 Boston. McLemore takes his leadoff second. The 0-1 to Cameron. A call, strike 2.
That's where infielders now have to tell themselves, make sure you dive, get dirty on any ground ball. You try to keep it in the infield. Him going to the breaking ball here.
So Cameron, who has struck out more than any other player in the American League, behind in the count, 0-2. He struck out 114 times. Up the middle, base hit. McLemore heading home. We are tied at 6. On an 0-2 pitch from Kim, Cameron sends it up the middle. His 69th RBI. Twice the Mariners in this half inning down to their final strike. They have tied the game.
And a major mistake by Kim. Watch Veritek where he is set up, where he wants the ball. A mislocation by Kim. Veritek away. Watch location of pitch right over the middle of the plate. And credit Mike Cameron taking advantage of that mistake. The base hit up the middle. The Mariners battle back to tie the ball game. Mike Cameron pretty excited about that base hit. And also right now a threat to steal.
14 steals for Cameron this year. So twice the Mariners were down to their final strike. Cameron goes. The throw from Veritek is not in time. Steal number 15 for Mike Cameron.
Mariners keeping the pressure on. First pitch. Cameron, not a great jump at first base, but made up a lot of ground. There you see kind of a late break for Cameron. The head first slide, very close play at second base, almost came off the bag, but the safe call. And then very quickly the Mariners now the potential winning run in scoring position. Veritek's reaction, he thought he had the out at second.
Kim's third blown save as a Red Sox. Ichiro grounded out against Embry. Kim retired Davis. McLemore a 2-strike double, which fooled Nixon. Nixon had trouble with the sun in deep right. And then Cameron a base hit up the middle, tying the score. All of a sudden, it is very quiet here at Fenway Park. Fastball inside to Randy Wynn, 2-0.
And again, another rough outing here for Kim, his third this week. Now, yes, the ball probably could have been caught in the outfield had he not lost in the sun. Game over. But the fact is, they do get the big 2-out base hit on a mistake by Kim.
Called strike 2-1 on Wynn. Should Wynn reach base, Brett Boone is on deck. Kim's numbers, his last 4 outings. Two and two now on Wynn. 2 up for the Red Sox. Excuse me, Jerry, in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nixon, Miller, and Veritek, who have all driven in runs today. Cameron, big lead off second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Randy Wynn. Got him. But the Mariners tie it. Kim hearing the boos from the crowd as he exits. A McLemore double and Cameron single, both with 2 strikes. We head to the bottom of the 9th in a 6-6 game.
This fall, hang out with Fox on Friday nights. It's Outspoken.
Sam Donaldson gets Diane Sawyer. I get excited when the entertainment.
Trying to insult me like watching a dog trying to work a doorknob.
Outrageous.
I had 3 jobs when I was that young. I worked my ass off. I grew back.
And outstanding.
How are we supposed to teach them? How do we gain their confidence if they think we're afraid of them?
We are afraid of them.
Wanda, Louie, and the critically acclaimed Boston Public. The new Fox Friday premieres September 19th.
The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
Giambi and the Yankees take on Nomar and the Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
This fall, 8 teams will compete to see what will be this year's historic moment, who will make the next unforgettable play, and what team will take home baseball's ultimate prize. Fox Sports brings you baseball's Division Series and then becomes the exclusive home to the League Championship Series and World Series. It all begins September 30th here on Fox. Bottom of the 9th, Ichiro, who grounded out as a pinch hitter, remains in the game in right field for the Mariners. And the new pitcher is Kaz Sasaki.
Just recently coming off the disabled with fractured ribs on his right side. Overall 26 appearances on the season, a record of 1-1, had 10 saves before going on the DL.
And Hasegawa is 13 for 13 in save situations. Red Sox have gone deep 3 times today. Trot Nixon in the second. Next batter, Bill Miller, as the Red Sox go back-to-back. And then David Ortiz in the 7th off Rafael Soriano. Red Sox have had leads of 1-0, 4-3, and 6-5. Mariners had a 5-4 lead in the 4th. And Seattle has tied it at 6 here in the 9th. Trot Nixon, 2 for 3 lifetime against Sasaki. Ball 1. Sasaki, the 4th Mariners pitcher. Armando Benitez went an inning and a third, allowed 2 hits. He allowed the hit which put the Red Sox ahead, but the run was not charged to Benitez as Nixon lines out to Olerud at first. 1 away. We check in with Jeannie Zalesko.
And we check with the Yankees in an early hole in New York. Jay Gibbons gets the Orioles on the board with a solo home run, his 20th of the season. It is 1-0 Baltimore, and in Toronto, the A's have jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Courtesy backup catcher Adam Melhus, a 3-run shot. The A's 3, Blue Jays 0.
Some good news, some bad news for the Red Sox. Bad news for the Mariners.
That's interesting, Teddy, how things change so quickly in the game of baseball. Last night, Trot Nixon making a play over the bullpen wall, making a catch, saving a home run. Today, losing a ball in the sun, keeps the game going. Mariners end up tying the ball game.
That's why they play 162.
And then add insult to injury, a line shot by Nixon, but right at Olerud, the first baseman.
So 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning in a 6-6 game. Bill Miller, 2 for 3, homered back in the 2nd inning. And he fouls this one back, 1-2.
Plus the big pitch for Kazu Sasaki, the split-fingered fastball. That's what he threw to Nixon, but he left it up high. The line drive, but right at Olerud. That fastball there clocked at 89. Fastball belt high, but Miller fouls it straight back.
Sasaki, the Mariners' all-time saves leader, has gone to the All-Star game twice the last 3 years. Did Miller go around? He did not, says third base umpire Mike Everett. 2-2.
That's the nasty splitter right there by Kazu. And it looks like certainly there that Bill Miller did have control of the head of the bat. See the bottom fall out of that pitch.
Full count, 3-2 on Miller with Jason Varitek waiting on deck. Varitek gave the Red Sox the lead in the 7th inning when he singled home Kevin Millar. Full count with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Bounce foul to the right side. A seesaw battle here at Fenway. A lot of scoring early. Not much through the middle innings. Red Sox 2 in the 7th. Mariners tied in the 9th.
Yeah, it really has been a grinding game. We saw Freddy Garcia start this game and grind his way through the 5 innings. Teams going back and forth, scoring clutch hits, clutch runs.
Miller with a base hit down the right field line. Miller on his way to second, then heads back. He hesitated and went back to first. Probably a very smart move, considering who's now in right field.
On his way to second till he saw Ichiro in right field. He got a beautiful bounce off the wall, did Ichiro, and of course when Miller looks up and sees that the ball is heading in his direction, time to put on the brakes. There's that bounce off the wall to Ichiro. He spins around, and Bill Miller makes the wise choice of staying at first base. Okay, there he is. There's Ichiro. He's got it. Never mind. I'm going back.
A 1-out base runner for the Red Sox as Varitek steps in. He's 1 for 5 lifetime against Sasaki. His only hit, a home run. Varitek today 1 for 3, struck out twice, walked, and singled in the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. Also blocked the plate beautifully in the 4th to save a run. Miller takes his lead off first. Varitek falls behind, 0-2.
First breaking ball from Kazu Sasaki. That time the curveball to pick up the strike. Prior to this, it had been fastball splitter.
Sasaki just back from the disabled list. Suffered his injury carrying his luggage at home following a long road trip.
Should do what you do, Kenny. Pay somebody to carry that luggage.
Or use luggage with wheels on it. Suffered rib injuries in the luggage, the altercation with his luggage. Varitek goes down on strikes. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th in a tie game.
Wants to pitch upstairs. The fastball up high against Varitek. Comes out of his crouch almost as Davis gets the exact pitch he wanted. And the results are good for the Mariners. Picks up the strikeout. This is where you'd like to see Miller at first base. Try to steal. The problem is Bill's only got 1 steal on the season. Kazu a little bit slow to the plate because of the leg kick.
Johnny Damon takes ball 1. Damon today is 1 for 5, scored a run way back in the 1st inning. And has not even gotten the ball out of the infield his last 4 times up. 6-6, bottom of the 9th inning, Mariners and Red Sox. Long foul. 1-1 now on Johnny Damon.
So ballpark's got very quiet, hasn't it?
Fans were on their feet in the top half twice. The Mariners were down to their final strike. Stayed alive with the McLemore double, which Nixon could not handle in right due to the sun. And then Cameron on an 0-2 pitch singled up the middle to tie the game. Inside and low, 2-1. Each team with 6 runs on 12 hits. Mariners have committed the game's only error. Brady Little's Red Sox won last night's game 6-4. Another 6-run effort by the Red Sox. Now 3-1. Todd Walker on deck. Excuse me, Gabe Kapler, who came into the game, is in the on-deck circle. Batting in the number 2 spot. Hopes to get a chance. Here's the 3-1 to Damon inside, and Kapler will now step in for the first time as Sasaki walks Johnny Damon. Runners on first and second as Brian Price, the Mariners pitching coach, heads out to the mound. Chat with Sasaki as Kapler will bat for the first time. He has never faced Sasaki.
Second time that Rhodes has been loosening up in that bullpen for Seattle, but unlikely that they will be using him with all the right-handers the Red Sox are going to be featuring in this inning.
Kapler, released by Colorado in late June, signed 4 days later by the Red Sox.
Left fielder, number 29.
Potential winning run on second.
Kapler.
Bill Miller, the runner on second for the Red Sox. Johnny Damon over at first. And Gabe Kapler at the plate, batting for the first time. He's hitting .301 in 36 games with Boston. Pitch gets by Davis. And the potential winning run now just 90 feet away.
Kazu trying to break off that curveball again, but this time it gets by Davis, and 2 men move into scoring position. There's that breaking ball away right through the 5-hole and back to the backstop.
The third wild pitch by a Mariners pitcher. Davis also had a pass ball earlier. So the potential winning run. Bill Miller takes his lead off third. One and one now on Kapler. Second and third with 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. The base hit wins it for the Red Sox. One ball, 1 strike. The count on Gabe Kapler. Low and away, 2-1.
Because the out pitch for Kazu is that split-fingered fastball with the man at third base. That becomes a dangerous pitch, obviously, if it bounces. Got to have confidence in your catcher to be able to block that ball.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. In a 6-6 game, bottom of the 9th inning. Second and third. Gabe Kapler at the plate. The pitch from Sasaki. Fastball high and tight. 3-1. With Nomar Garcia waiting on deck. Nomar today is 0 for 5.
Again, location way off. Davis set up outside. That ball up and in.
Kapler awaiting the 3-1 from Sasaki. Foul back, count now full.
Way this game has gone, you would kind of expect it to end in kind of a weird way. The whole game has been very weird.
How do you think it will end?
Could be wild pitch battle. You never know the way this thing's gone.
Kapler reaches out and fouls it off.
Oh, good pitch there by Sasaki, and a good piece of hitting by Kapler just to foul that ball off, get another chance. Wants it away, gets it away, and Kapler just getting a piece of the bat on it to at least see one more pitch.
Another foul as Kapler stays alive. Red Sox 6, Mariners 6, bottom of the 9th inning. Seattle 3 consecutive losses, 3-game lead in the American League West. Boston 2 straight wins, tied for the wild card lead with Oakland. Miller and Damon are the base runners. Payoff pitch, Sasaki to Kapler. Bounced to deep short. McLemore the throw. Got him at first. So Sasaki gets out of the second and third jam. We head to extra innings here in Boston. Kapler just beaten by the throw on the grounder deep in the hole at short. How appropriate after all the strange happenings this afternoon that we head to extra innings here at Fenway.
It's another chapter in baseball's greatest rivalry. The Yankees are poised for their 6th straight division crown. Can Nomar and the Red Sox finally overtake the Bronx Bombers?
Back at the wall. It is gone!
Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
Fox Monday on Paradise Hotel.
Ladies, have fun because it's Boy Toy Week in Paradise.
The men are busy pleasing the ladies because this week the women have the power to send one of them packing.
I'm in heaven.
Plus, it's the beginning of the end because no new guests will be checking into Paradise Hotel. 9/8 Central Fox Monday. Parental discretion advised. With a teacher like this, who wouldn't want to go to school on Friday night? Boston Public, Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Mike Timlin.
Nobody's left their seats here at Fenway. Sellout crowd over 34,000. And the Red Sox just inches away from winning in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, that's a big-time play by McLemore at shortstop. You've got a guy going down the line with great speed in Kapler. And you have the potential winning run at third base. You have to make that play. He got rid of the ball so quickly, threw a strike to Olerud, and again, big defense right there by the Seattle Mariners.
Another shot from the Saturn Lightship. High above Fenway Park here in Boston. We head to the 10th in a 6-6 game, and the 6th Red Sox pitcher, Jerry, is former Mariner Mike Timlin.
Number that kind of sticks out when you look at the numbers for Timlin, as this lady thinks this is the year with the fancy Fenway hat. Now the walks, 5 walks for Timlin. In 71 innings of work, he's making his 59th appearance. That is the most on the Red Sox pitching staff.
That's fewer walks than Freddy Garcia issued today. Mariners starter walked 6 Red Sox. Brett Boone leading off for the Mariners. Boone is 0 for 4. Bottom of the order has done most of the damage for Seattle, although the leadoff hitter Mike Cameron drove in the tying run with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning, scoring Mark McLemore. McLemore, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a tremendous defensive play to keep the Mariners alive. 2-1. Well, whenever these teams go to extra innings, Jerry, I'm sure you think back to the 20-inning game right here at Fenway back in September of '81 when you went 6 for 10 against Seattle.
Now, that took 2 days to play. We went to curfew that night at 1 o'clock, had to finish it the next day.
September 3rd and 4th, 1981. In fact, those 6 hits tied for a club record. Nomar went 6 for 6 in a game earlier this year, the 13-inning game we talked about in Philadelphia.
That's exactly right. Difference is all mine were singles. I think Nomar had a few extra base hits in his.
Still counts as 6.
Nomar continues to work on that glove.
Some loose strings. The 2-2 to Boone. In the air, center field, moving to his right is Damon, 1 away. Brett Boone now 0 for 5. Well, the fans still at it, Jerry, sending in those emails to foxsports.com. Jeff from Plymouth. How long until you decide to manage the Red Sox?
Are you kidding me, Kenny, and give up this gig? I can sleep at night. Managers can't sleep.
You get to sleep, you get to update your website.
Exactly.
Sell some scorecards and other paraphernalia. I guess you had a visitor up here in the booth last night who helped sell some hats and t-shirts.
Yeah, Ben Affleck kindly plugging the website and wearing a cap, and that certainly brought some business in. Get those Hollywood people to wear, your stuff. It's pretty good.
After he threw out the first pitch before last night's game.
A huge Red Sox fans watch all of the game on TV. Certainly follows the club very closely.
Perhaps he'll send us an email. Foxsports.com, keyword MLB on Fox. There he is, Ben Affleck last night. Showing good form from the mound. One to Martinez. Edgar is 0 for 4. Martinez, then Olerud. Red Sox with Garcia, Parra, Jackson, and Ortiz due up in the bottom half. Top of the 10th inning here at Fenway in a 6-6 game. 2-1 from Timlin to Martinez. Bounce foul. Some confusion as to whether or not it was a fair or a foul ball. Bill Miller thought it was fair.
Now, certainly Martinez feels like it fouled off his foot as he limps around the batter's box. It's on top of the sinker, and it looks like it got him right off the toe. We saw that side of Ben throwing out the first pitch yesterday. Yesterday was a big day here in Boston. The Jimmy Fund, which is a local charity, had an all-day radio-thon, and for $1 million was raised in the city for that Dana-Farber Cancer Institute
in one day. This one's fair. High throw. 2 away. What's going on with the Yankees and the Orioles, Jeannie?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I was about to tell you. We'll check in on them. They're back out in front. The Yankees, that would be, thanks to a Jorge Posada solo home run, 23rd of the season. That would tie up the ballgame bottom 3. And then Karim Garcia, RBI single, scoring Aaron Boone. It's the Yankees 2, the Orioles 1, top 4.
So while Brett Boone has gone 0 for 5 for the Mariners here in Boston, brother Aaron has scored the go-ahead run for the Yankees as they lead Baltimore 2-1. John Olerud with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. Olerud is 3 for 4. Pair of singles and a double. Scored 2 runs. One and one. Red Sox back on Fox 1 week from today, as they will take on the Yankees here at Fenway. They'll match up against one another the next 2 weekends on Fox.
Yeah, next weekend here at Fenway Park, the following weekend at Yankee Stadium.
Dick Stockton, former Red Sox broadcaster, will have the call on Fox next Saturday. Dick, of course, called the 75 World Series. Jackson to Millar. Timlin retires the Mariners in order. In the 10th, Millar 0 for 5 will lead off for the Red Sox in the bottom half.
Giambi and the Yankees take on Nomar and the Red Sox.
You're watching the all-new Fox 22 Bangor.
Well, the kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line. Return man bobbles it. Oh, here we are. Back at Fenway. Just practicing for the regular season on Fox.
You can't get settled. You don't know what you're doing. Football, baseball. He's still going.
Finally brought down at the 33-yard line. Nice tackle. Nomar 0 for 5 leading off for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Garcia, then Jackson, who came in as a pinch runner for Manny Ramirez, and then Ortiz on the ground to the third baseman Guillen. One away. Nomar 0 for 6. Well, the NFL returns to Fox 2 weeks from tomorrow. Regular season debut for Bill Parcells as Dallas Cowboys head coach. Cowboys will take on Atlanta, Giants, and St. Louis. The big games week 1. The biggest stories in the NFL are in the NFC. And the NFC is on Fox, returning September 7th.
I think we're going to see something going in this direction. Let's see.
We'll take it back and forth. A little baseball, a little football.
What'd I tell you, Kenny?
Nice catch. Is that a first down, Jerry?
I think just a little bit short, but it did go in that direction anyway.
Jackson with a base hit into left field. A one-out single here in the bottom of the 10th inning for Damian Jackson off Kazu Sasaki.
Now Ramirez out of the game, taken out for a pinch runner. Jackson in. He had a steal back in the 8th inning. I would expect him to try to go again here. But it looks like we're going to get a change as out the roads will be coming in to face Ortiz.
And Ortiz has not had much success against Rhodes. 0 for 6 in his career. Exit Sasaki, enter